Hi, everybody. Janine here with Wyoming Workplace Wellness. This is a partnership with the LCCC Student Leadership Council, providing mindfulness, meditation, time management, stress management, sleep improvement classes for you this fall. Today's day 2 of week 1, so it's Wednesday night. We meet every Monday at noon, every Wednesday at 5. Over Zoom. You're always welcome to join the live Zoom classes or to view recordings that'll be out on the YouTube playlist. Before we get started in our practice tonight, let's go ahead and center ourselves and settle in for our time together. Take a moment to find a nice, tall, comfortable seat, and that can be sitting on the floor, it can be sitting in a bed, it could be sitting in a chair. Chairs are lovely. If sitting just doesn't do it for you right now, you could also be standing up or even going for a walk to do these practices. So please feel free to make it your own. But if you are joining us in a seat, go ahead and find a tall, comfortable version. And by that, I mean some seat where your sits bones can really feel grounded into the surface beneath you. I am sitting on a cushion on the floor. And my legs are just crossed. But any variation where your sits bones can ground and your spine can be nice and long. Crown of the head reaches up towards the ceiling as your shoulders slide down the back. Once you've found your tall, comfortable seat, you can close down the eyes or just soften the gaze, letting your eyes come out of focus. Maybe letting them lower down to the floor or your knees. And we'll center ourselves for our time together today by beginning to notice the breath. Just start to watch as the inhales come in, maybe through the nose, past the throat, through the heart space, maybe all the way into the low belly. Before reversing that process, emptying the belly, the lungs, the throat, the nose. Just notice how your breathing is feeling today. Every day is different once you start really tuning in. So notice, does the breath feel shallow or deep, fast or slow, sticky or restricted, smooth, spacious? Just take a moment. I invite you to check in with your physical body, maybe starting with the soles of your feet, just moving your awareness up the ankles, the shins, the knees, thighs, hips, glutes, belly, low back, chest, upper back, neck and throat, your jaw, your eyes, your forehead, the back of your skull. Bringing your whole body into your awareness, begin to notice if anything feels tense or tight, painful, stressed out, sore. Anything coming up for you that you're noticing in your physical body, maybe label it. My low back feels tight, for example. And then send your breath to that spot. Imagining that you can inhale space and openness. Exhale to release anything you're holding on to that maybe you don't need tonight. Breathing into any physical parts of your body that feel tight, tense, or painful. Now we'll check in with your mental and emotional self, bringing your awareness to your mind's eye, noticing how your mind and your heart, your emotional heart, are feeling this evening. Are your thoughts racing? Do you have a really long to-do list, worries, anxieties, plans for the future, thoughts of the day gone by, conversations you had, interactions, work you got done or didn't get done? Take a moment to notice anything and everything that's swirling around. And then just see if you can release it, knowing that you can pick everything back up if you need to after our practice. But just letting them fall away for now, leaving a mind that feels open and calm, like the still water of a lake on a day with no wind. Emotionally notice what you're feeling. Many of us feel lots of different things all at once. Maybe see if you can label the two most prominent emotions you have tonight. Maybe happy and hopeful, or sad and curious. Maybe there's a little anger in there. Maybe you're bored. Whatever it is, there's no right or wrong, no judgment. Just notice, and then same thing. See if you can ask it to fall away for now, knowing it's okay to feel those things. They'll still be there. But just see if they can release for a moment, allowing your heart to become calm and balanced. Take 3 breaths here together. Now, if you're feeling called to, you can go ahead and flutter the eyes open, or you're welcome to keep them closed or lowered as we move through our practice today. Feel free to adjust your seat, maybe roll out wrists. You can do some nice shoulder circles, maybe going backwards, then forwards. Maybe a seated twist would feel nice. Twisting to the right, then to the left. Even some neck rolls can feel really good just to release anything from the day you need to let go of. Dropping the chin, inhaling right ear to right shoulder, exhaling back to center. Inhale left ear to left shoulder. Exhale back to center. Doing that as many times as feels good. And then we'll find stillness when you're ready. Well done. So our Wednesdays, our Wednesday 30 minutes that we spend together will be really focused on the practice. Mondays, we'll do a little bit more skill building, information sharing, learning different tools and techniques. And then Wednesdays will be our days to really practice those tools and techniques. So each class is meant to complement the other. You certainly don't have to do them in order. But just know that Mondays, it's more learning stuff. Wednesdays, it's more doing stuff. So this week, we've been talking about just the basics of mindfulness and what that means. If you watched the Monday session, you might recall that mindfulness is simply awareness. It's cultivated by paying attention on purpose in the present moment and being non-judgmental. So you're non-judgmentally watching and being aware of what is happening right here, right now. Your mind, being truly mindful, your mind is not in the past, it's not in the future, it's right here wherever you are. So a lot of our mindfulness practices are about tuning into what's happening now. And we did that at the beginning of our class today, tuning into what's happening with our breath right now, right? What's happening with our body right now? What's happening with our thoughts and our emotions right now in this moment? Labeling them, naming them, so we can really be here now. So practicing mindfulness, there's a million ways to do it. It's something that's easy to understand and very difficult to master, right? The good news is that there's no right or wrong way to practice mindfulness. What works for you works for you. My job is to just give you lots of information and tools and ideas so you can, treat it like a buffet table, take what works for you and leave the rest. And you might find that something that works for you this week might not work a month from now. And you might think, I'm going to go back to this different practice Janine mentioned. Perfect. So what I wanted to talk about, one of the foundational practices of mindfulness is what's called mindful breathing. Really what we're doing in mindful breathing is using our breath as a focal point for our concentration to keep us aware of the present moment. There are lots of other focal points that people use. For some folks, especially folks that maybe have some trauma around breath or breathing, using the breath as a focal point can be not that relaxing. So some other focal points people use can be a mantra or a saying that you repeat to yourself over and over, often matched to the inhale and exhale, but you're focusing on the words as opposed to the breathing. Another thing, sometimes people want to concentrate on external things, so you might hone in on a sound. Some people love meditation music to keep them anchored in the here and now. Maybe you are focusing in on the feeling of the air on your skin, the taste on your tongue. Or one of my favorite is called Trataka, which is candle gazing. And it's simply, I have a candle right here, just keeping your gaze and focus kind of soft, but just watching the flame of a candle and tuning in and keeping your awareness there. And if you notice your mind wandering, refocusing it back to the candle flame. But today we're going to talk about mindful breathing, but just know if the breathing thing doesn't seem to work for you, you can always substitute one of these other focal points for mindful breathing. Before we start our guided practice today, I did want to read just a brief excerpt from the book that we're moving through for this series. It's Wherever You Go, There You Are. It's by Jon Kabat-Zinn, who is the founder of mindfulness-based stress reduction. So I highly recommend it. You certainly don't have to have it to complete this series of classes, but if and when you ever wanted to check it out from the library or get yourself a copy, highly recommended for both experienced and beginning mindfulness practitioners. So this is from a chapter called Keeping the Breath in Mind. And as I read to you, what I suggest is, again, finding a tall, comfortable seat, softening and lowering the gaze or closing down the eyes, tuning into your breath, and just letting the words wash over you. And just trust that anything you're supposed to keep will resonate and will settle in. Anything that's not for you will just wash over you. Keeping the breath in mind. It helps to have a focus for your attention, an anchor line to tether you to the present moment and to guide you back when the mind wanders. The breath serves this purpose exceedingly well. It can be a true ally. Bringing awareness to our breathing, we remind ourselves that we are here now, so we might as well be fully awake for whatever is already happening. Our breathing can help us in capturing our moments. It's surprising that more people don't know about this. After all, the breath is always here, right under our noses. You would think just by chance we might have come across its usefulness at one point or another. We even have the phrase, I didn't have a moment to breathe, or to catch my breath, to give us a hint that moments in breathing might be connected in an interesting way. To use your breathing to nurture mindfulness, just tune into the feeling of it. The feeling of the breath coming into your body and the feeling of the breath leaving your body. That's all. Just feeling the breath. Breathing and knowing that you're breathing. This doesn't mean deep breathing or forcing your breathing or trying to feel something special or wondering whether you're doing it right. It doesn't mean thinking about your breathing either. It's just a bare bones awareness of the breath moving in and the breath moving out. It doesn't have to be for a long time at any one stretch. Using the breath to bring us back to the present moment takes no time at all, only a shift in attention. But great adventures await you if you give yourself a little time to string moments of awareness together, breath by breath, moment to moment. And Kabat-Zinn recommends trying this by staying with one full in-breath as it comes in, one full in-breath as it goes out, keeping your mind open and free for just this moment, just this breath. Abandon all ideas of getting somewhere or having anything happen. Just keep returning to the breath when the mind wanders, stringing moments of mindfulness together, breath by breath. Try it every once in a while as you read this book. So we'll take a couple mindful breaths together to let that settle. Now feel free to make any adjustments you need to, any soft movements that need to happen before we settle in for our guided practice today. Some Wednesdays we'll do guided movement. We'll have some Wednesdays that we do a gentle yoga practice even. Many Wednesdays we'll do guided meditation practices and sometimes some journaling. So you're always welcome to have a journal handy so that you can take notes or jot down thoughts or reactions to what we do together. So finding your tall, comfortable seat once more, or even lying down on the floor or on a bed. If you're on the floor, maybe the legs are crossed. If you're sitting in a chair, maybe the soles of the feet are planted on the floor beneath you. You can do anything you want with your hands. Maybe they rest in the lap. Maybe they rest on the knees, palms up or palms down. Palms up is often associated with just being a little bit more receptive. Palms down is associated with wanting to keep your energy and be really connected and centered. So see where you're at tonight, palms up, palms down, either way. Once you find your posture, align the spine, lengthening it, but not making it rigid. Just thinking about a long but still flexible spine. Shoulders are nice and low, away from the ears. Crown of the head floats up towards the ceiling. When you found your posture, you can close down your eyes if you feel comfortable, or if you prefer to keep them open, you can just have a nice soft gaze towards the ground. And we'll begin our guided practice by taking just a few deep breaths, breathing in deeply and breathing out slowly. Two more breaths, just like this, breathing in deeply, exhaling slowly, like water from a pitcher. Then allow yourself a few moments to just rest right here, right now. Giving yourself permission to be here, without having to go anywhere or do anything. Once more, putting down your to-do lists, your agendas, just allowing yourself to rest right here, right now. Begin to focus on your breath. Notice where you feel your breath most strongly. For some of us, it may be at the tip of the nose, right at the nostrils. For some of us, it might be the center of the chest, the lungs. For some, it could be the belly. Wherever you feel your breath the most strongly, bring all of your attention and awareness to that spot. And almost like an outside observer, allow your body to breathe itself as you just watch. If the mind begins to wander, that's okay. Just notice. Maybe you even label it, oh, I'm thinking. And redirect it back to your breath, back to that spot where you feel the breath most strongly. And continue watching. If the mind has wandered, bring it back to the breath once more. And now, keeping a percentage of your attention on that breath, keep it there, put a pin in it. Allow a percentage of your awareness to travel to the soles of your feet. Now imagine you can breathe in, send your breath to the soles of your feet. Just imagine that it could work that way. Allowing the inhale to soften and relax the soles of your feet. Allowing the exhale to carry away any tension or stress or soreness that might exist there. Now bring your awareness to your ankles and the tops of your feet. Once more, sending the inhale there. Inhaling space. Exhaling relaxation. Your awareness to your calves and your shins, as well as the knee joints on both legs. Inhaling here. Exhaling, release any tension or tightness, softening the muscles. Awareness comes to the thighs, the quads, maybe the glutes. Once more, sending the inhale there. Allowing the exhale to wash away any tightness, any soreness, any stress. Bring your awareness to your belly and your hips. And by extension, the low back. This is a place where a lot of us can keep a lot of tension and worry, emotions, physical stress. Take a moment to breathe into your belly and your hips and your low back, allowing the inhale to gently expand everything. Allowing the exhale to rinse away any tension, any stress, any knots in the stomach. We'll spend 3 breaths here. Inhaling openness into the belly, the hips, the low back. Exhaling to wash anything away that can be released. Bring your awareness to your heart space, the center of your chest, as well as the back of the heart between the shoulder blades. Inhale to fill the lungs up completely. Exhale, release any worry, any sadness, any heaviness in the heart or the back. Bring awareness to your throat and your jaw. Breathe relaxation into the jaw, maybe faking a yawn even. Or moving the jawbone side to side. Just releasing as much as you can. This is another spot a lot of us hold tension and stress. Breathe in space. Exhale, let go of tension. Bring awareness to the eyes in their sockets. Inhale to relax all of the muscles around the eyes. Exhale to allow the eyes to become heavy and to sink down. Breathe into the brow, smoothing it out, softening. Exhaling to release the worries. And finally, bring your awareness up to the crown of your head, imagining it softening and opening with the inhales. Releasing any nagging negative thoughts or worries with the exhales. Bring your awareness to the palms of your hands. Radiate relaxation from the center of your palms out to the 10 fingertips. Feeling the hands completely relax, and by extension, the forearms, the elbows, the upper arms, and the shoulders become heavy and soft. Two breaths here. Maybe inhaling to fill your entire body with space and openness. Exhaling to release any lingering stress or pain or tension. We'll seal this practice with one breath together. Exhale to completely empty the lungs. Inhale deeply. Exhale. When you're ready, you can begin to breathe some movement into fingers and toes. And then flutter the eyes open. Looking down for just a moment, coming back into your body in the present moment. Well done. That was our practice for this evening, mindful breathing with a body scan. This is a beautiful practice to do anytime you feel tense, stressed, worried. It's also lovely to help you fall asleep. This is a wonderful thing to return to each night as you're lying in bed, kind of, hoping to transition from wakefulness to sleepiness. A few mindful breaths and then breathing into different parts of your body can work wonders in terms of getting you off to a good night's sleep. So I'll see you next Monday. Next week, I believe we are talking about time management skills and being mindful ways to create some space in your day. So hopefully that'll be relevant for all of us right now. I would think it would be. And again, you're always welcome to join the live Zoom calls or to find the recordings here on our YouTube list. So until next time, Om Shanti Shanti means peace.